And good evening, everyone. Welcome to the final live Washington Wrestle Talk podcast. I am your host, Mike, and holy crap, what a week it was last week with some epic cat fights going on. Plus, I've got a special announcements here. One that some of you may have seen that I posted on Twitter last week. I'm going to continue to do the podcast, but I'm only going to do 4 episodes a week. Sundays are going to be for cat fighters and cat fight producers. Mondays will be for wrestlers, session wrestlers, promoters, producers. Wednesday nights will be for, or Thursday nights will be for, either Wednesday or Thursday will be for LFC fighters, staff, fans, things like that. And then we will have a special rant and rave episode on Thursday nights. They will be recorded on certain days, but they will be posted on the days of that I have just said. Now, another special announcement I have was I found out that I'm now on another podcast network. This one is called Blueberry. You can check it out at www.blubrry.com. Search for the Washington Wrestle Talk podcast. I'm about to be joined by my guest this evening, who is also now one of my sponsors, which I am one of his sponsors. Of course, I'm talking about Mark, and that is him right there. Hey, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, not too bad. I'm trying something different here tonight.
Oh, something good.
Yeah, I'm trying with a Bluetooth speaker.
Hey, as long as it works for you.
Yeah, I just found out something interesting today. I'm on another platform.
How many are you going to be on?
I have no idea, but I'm on this one that's called Blueberry now, which is interesting. I was doing a search for podcast platforms at work today because we were so caught up, and that one popped up, and I found it. So, and I searched, and sure enough, there I am, and I claimed it. It was mine, and now they can check me out on Blueberry.
I'm getting lost with all this new stuff.
You know, I think I'm going to switch back to the speakerphone because this thing keeps cutting out. So hang on one second here.
Yeah, I was about to tell you that. It's kind of cutting out.
So we'll do this. Now let's try this, shall we?
Oh my God, you sound like Mike again.
I was about ready to tell him the announcement of the LFC email that I got.
Oh yeah, I've been curious about that. I actually didn't ask. I've been so busy, I keep forgetting to ask you.
So basically, they're getting into a lot of good stuff. They've got LFC Films, which they have they're doing a casting call right now that they'll be filming in August for a film called Gladiatrix. They're looking for companies to do co-branding, podcasting, but Michael Larkin and I both, we podcast on that constantly. In fact, he has the official LFC podcast. I'm just, a recapper and an interviewer. There's also...
Hey, you're helping out, so...
Yeah, and there's also things where something was mentioned where you could be a promoter/manager for one of the fighters. So...
I don't think they couldn't handle me.
I don't think they could either. I don't think they can barely handle me.
Is explicit language allowed? You figured out how I talk, so...
Yeah, I think it is, and I did put the explicit tag on the episode tonight.
All right.
So
we got to do it like HBO and Bill Maher and stuff. You just got to be on here and just be able to talk shit.
I did mention that it was a pretty epic week last week.
It was crazy all around. I mean, it was such a great week, and the fans had a great week. I mean, lots of great fights going on. I know Tilly's fight did great. You know,
Yeah.
I heard Davina did really good. So did Lyric. I haven't seen it myself yet, but I can't wait to.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that one. And I know you had a good fight on your hands with Kat and Sarah.
That was the most amazing experience of my life. I love those two.
You know, and I told Kat that I rated it on the Meltzer Scale. And if you know what the Meltzer Scale is, right?
Yeah, a little bit. You know me and my stupid mind.
It's like a star rating.
Blank on everything.
It's a star rating. 1 being a dud, 5 being the best. And I rated that one 6 3/4 of a star. It was that intense.
See, I'd give the fight all the stars. The producer, the camera guy, and all that stuff. He needs a good swift kick in the ass. But
he needs a dud. But yeah,
he was so uncomfortable and out of his element. It was almost scary to sit back and watch him.
Well, it was his first time doing that, and so
I don't even want to talk about myself. It's better in the third party.
Yeah.
I mean, I am disappointed with myself in a way. I was nervous. I was out of my comfort zone, and everything kind of, it took its toll. I mean, I know next time will be a hell of a lot better, but the girls really saved my ass. It was, Selena and Delight did great, and Kat and Sarah gave me everything I was dreaming about and talking about for a month or so. I mean, that fight was everything I envisioned for this, and they couldn't have given me a better model to show off to people at this point. Kat was just, I know nobody really gave her credit or thought she was going to, do anything like she did, and I'm so glad she made me look like a genius picking her to fight Sarah.
Yeah, and
it was amazing. I'm still in awe of Kat. Sarah, of course. Too,
of course.
Sarah's she's a god in this.
And if nobody knows what Mark's talking about here, he posted a short clip of it on Twitter where the first 30 seconds alone were just epic.
I mean, that fight was great. The way Sarah knows what she's doing, that she brought that fight out of Kat right away with those couple slaps to the face right away. She was just like, hey, wake up and fight me. And, once that happened, Kat was like, let's go. And I couldn't believe it when she flung Sarah. I don't think that's probably ever happened to Sarah like that.
I've never seen that in any cat fight video I've ever seen. And that was just incredible. I was in awe.
Yeah, behind the camera, I think I did the same thing. Holy shit almost came out of my mouth.
I think that was the first words that came out of my mouth when I saw it. Was holy shit.
And I couldn't believe it. I mean, but Sarah's such a smart fighter, and Kat spilled her heart out there. She had a great time too. It was amazing to watch and be behind the camera for, and I can't wait to get better and give, especially with a rematch. I can't wait to give those ladies a bigger space and do it right this time. Cut out the areas where I screwed up and disappointed myself and the girls in a way.
So you mentioned...
I really can't wait for next time. The rematch is going to be held. Now that they know each other, can you almost imagine what that's going to be like?
Oh.
Because they're going to come out and even harder, and Kat just wants to scrap. Sarah loves that stuff, and when you can tell from Sarah's face, she's smiling half the time.
Yeah, I noticed that when I was watching it. So you mentioned a rematch. When do you think that's going to happen?
I'm hoping to do that in September. I'm hoping to have a few fights in September for sure. But I definitely want to have. I think Kat earned a rematch for sure, and Sarah. I'm sure Sarah would love to fight her again because it was so good the first time.
Oh yeah.
And I can't wait to see what Kat learns and comes back from, because I know she's probably already watched the video 6 or 7 times, and
and that's why you get better, is just by watching and learning from your mistakes.
And she wants to. I mean, she really wants to get better and keep doing it. She had such a great time, and fighting somebody like Sarah and impressing somebody like Sarah made her feel so good. And, Sarah was just so amazing. And in the end, she really made Kat feel good and made Kat want to continue doing this and keep going and get even better, that she's sitting down watching it and can't wait to fight Sarah again.
Now, you also mentioned to me that you had an announcement to make regarding August 11th?
Actually, it's changed. It's the 19th now.
Oh, it's the 19th. Okay.
You know, setting these dates for the stuff is never easy.
Yeah. So
I'm learning that one.
So,
but after Davina, so everything I heard about her and her fighting so well, I contacted her as quick as I could, and I've got her back in action next month. And since Chloe was looking for a fight, and everybody wanted to see Chloe fight, the Vanessa Chloe one wasn't really ready to happen yet. So I figured Chloe and Davina would be a really good fight. So Davina's up for fighting Chloe. So on August 19th, Chloe versus Davina.
And I think that'll be.
I can't wait for that one. I think it's going to be a great fight after everything I've heard from what Davina can do, and just her attitude online is perfect. I mean, Tilly found a great one there.
Yeah, I think Tilly found a very great one there.
I mean, it's a great feeling. Two of us really, brought out Kat and then Davina. It really was a great week for everybody. I mean, those two girls, probably got a really great future in this if it's something they want to stick to and keep banging it out on the mat like that. And
well, it's
kind of really good.
Well, it was like you and I both said. Sarah's, not Sarah, but Kat, she just became a superstar with that one fight. And
I'm so proud of that girl.
Her stock just rose exponentially just from that, and it takes two to tango, and I think Sarah can be we can thank Sarah and Kat both for that.
Well, Kat wanted it from the beginning. She was the one that said right away, win or lose. She was she'd be in a lot better spot afterwards for it, and she wanted to come out and fight hard. She saw some of Sarah's fights, and I had talked to Sarah and met her a shot with her before that, and I knew she just wants somebody to come out there and really fight her. That woman really just wants to go out there and have a really hard fought match, and I'm really proud of myself for giving her that. Yeah,
she did a hell of a great job. I can't wait to see what she can do, in future fights for sure.
Oh, Kat's going to be great. The rematch is happening, but I'd love to see Kat be fighting LaRose in the future. There's a few people on that list I think would be really good for Kat to go out there and fight. It's not easy trying to throw together fights that are going to be that aggressive or along those lines, because that was what I wanted the whole time.
Yeah. And of course, my banner was prominently displayed in the video.
Yours and Scissor Foxes. I love those guys, too.
Yeah, I was just like a proud father. My God, my baby banner's grown up.
Yeah, I'm just trying to show people, there's plenty of space out there in the back of these. We can all advertise for each other, help each other out. There's plenty of ways to grow in this, and there's so much money to be made. We might as well do everything we can to help everybody out.
Yeah.
You've helped me out a hell of a lot getting me on the podcast, getting the girls on there. Hopefully we can build on this for the future and do more and more.
Absolutely.
What you're doing for for LFC and some of these other people, and I know what you're willing to do for the other companies out there if they, for Tilly and people like that, if they decide to come out there and be as welcome to it as I was. But I'm just a shit stirrer, so for me, getting on something like this just makes it a hell of a lot better. I want to be a promoter. I'm a guy. I got to go out there and promote and do my job.
Yeah, so the LFC email was pretty cool. It was just so much for me to digest. I actually got it on Sunday when I was on my bus ride back to Portland.
A fun trip back.
Yes. We'll go into that on a later podcast, I think.
that whole trip deserves a podcast of its own.
Oh, yeah. There was some good times and some bad times. I do have to thank Girl Fight Club on Twitter for the birthday dinner they gave me, and the tour of downtown Pittsburgh. Delight's actually got the majority of those pictures that were taken of me by them.
Yeah, she got a bunch of pictures I'm waiting for, too. She got that great one of Kat and Sarah afterwards when we were outside after the fights where everybody's all smiling and happy. And that's the greatest feeling about it all. Everybody got along so great, and everything went so well, except on my end.
Except on your end.
Yeah, I'm always hard on myself. Problem. That's why I want to improve so much at times. The girls really did save my ass, all four of them.
And I took some advice that you gave me. I actually did listen to one of my episodes. It was the one I did with right before I left for Pittsburgh. It was the 4th of July